Hi and welcome here to Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019. I'm John Kingston.
And I'm Mary-Ann McCarthy, and we're bringing a little country to town.
We'll take you round the show. We'll take you to the cattle and the horse sections of the show.
We'll take you to the poultry and the domestic section.
We'll take you around the mock and the firmer section, and we'll take you behind the scenes. We'll meet the people behind the show you don't often see.
We also have Strongman and Strongwoman competitions, some sheep throwing, and also a bit of driving. We have some music with Paul Kelly and special guest Christopher King, so a bit of driving.
And we'll take you everywhere else around the show, and we hope you enjoy watching it here today. Okay, we're here at Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019. We're here at the launch of the show, and doing the blessing of the show here today is Monsignor Aidan O'Driscoll, Parish Priest of Clonakilty. And I'd like to ask you, Monsignor, I suppose the show is of great importance to Clonakilty, doesn't it?
This show is very, very important to Clonakilty. It takes over 12 months to prepare for it. I've had the honour, since I've come to Clonakilty as Parish Priest in 2012, to bless the show, and we've been blessed with the great weather, the fine weather. But it's so important for our agriculture, because this is an agricultural side of our country. There's dairying and there's horses and there's all kinds of beautiful animals to be seen. But not only that, but not only for our farming community, where they can display all their beautiful animals, and it's also important for our business community. And we have a lot of very important business stands here, and it is at this show that they can sell their products and get their names known. I only passed a new business only just a while ago, actually, and it's lovely to see new businesses starting up and asking the people to support them. Clonakilty is a marvellous place because there is a wonderful community spirit here, and this is reflected here today with the support from all the community and the many people who are involved in it. So it's wonderful.
This is Michael O'Neill. He's the newly elected Mayor of Clonakilty. So this is the start of the events that you're going to be going to. Tell me about your traditional Clonakilty show.
The show has been all very important to my family. So we've a great agricultural history going back to my family. There's so many involved in farming and things like that. So as everyone's family is, so it's like agriculture is the bedrock of Clonakilty, and it's really important that we support these events. So personally in my family, so I'm the fourth generation mayor of Clonakilty. So my great grandfather MJ O'Neill, and he was a farmer and butcher by trade, and his son Con was I think he was the president of the show society, and my uncle Raymond was very involved in the show as well, and so I haven't been roped in yet myself, but I'm involved in the Chamber of Commerce and Sustainable Clonakilty. But my family present a trophy for the young horses every year, and it's a lovely event. It's a memory of my grandfather Con, and with my son presenting it last year, and he loves the horses, so it was great.
So we're here at Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019, and we're here with Albert de Cogan here, and he's showing some of his cattle. So we'd like to ask him a few questions. We'd like to ask him how do preparations go, and what do you do for preparations to get cattle ready for the morning of the show?
Well, I suppose, to be honest about it, we started yesterday and washed them yesterday and things, and keep them in overnight and bring in here then and wash them again and do them up then. Yeah.
Very good. And what classes would you be entering here on the day of the show?
Aberdeen Angus classes, both the senior cow, the senior bull and the senior heifer as well.
And what's the importance, do you think, of shows around the country, and shows like this? What's the importance of them to the cattle industry, to farming and to other aspects?
Well, the agricultural shows are worth a fortune to the rural Ireland. If they don't be there, rural Ireland will be less well off. They're a great gathering place for rural Ireland, and we also meet customers for our livestock as well. We're showing for maybe 40 or 50 years in Clonakilty. We started off showing Frisians, then we went to the Holsteins, and now we're at the Aberdeen Angus.
Very good. And Clonakilty as a show, how do you find it? What do you think of it?
A very good show and a grand committee here. A fine site, easy to get into and everything. And I wish Clonakilty the very best with their gate, which is the most important thing, to get a good gate. If the gate doesn't be good enough, we won't be around.
Tell us a little about one of the bulls here. I think that one of the bulls had a bit of a job a few weeks ago.
Yes, we had him at the IFA protest at the City Hall in Cork, and he's seriously quiet, very quiet bull. Neil Prendeville was a bit worried about him there, all right, that day, but there was no need to worry about this guy. He's super quiet bull. Lovely temperament.
The temperament's very good with him, and that's very important as well.
Yeah, oh, very good. Yeah, and his offsprings are good as well. And the City Hall have nothing to worry about because he didn't dirty the pavement.
Well, that's great to hear anyway.
So these are pedigree Herefords. So we have a heifer calf, we have a bull calf, we have a cow, and we have a year and a half heifer then as well. So there's 4 different classes, and there's 2 heifer calves, and the small one and the big one here. They're going to the pairs and for the last class then as well. So
Clonakilty is a show. How do you find it?
yeah, Clonakilty is a lovely show. We're only showing it the last 4 years, I suppose. So this is all new to us. But I think Clon is lovely. We're only living out in Lip, so it's only 20 minutes out the road. It is a nice show, and a nice show of cattle. We go to a lot of shows throughout Cork in the year, in County Cork, and it would be one of the best shows, I suppose, we'd go to, like, yeah.
Okay, how are you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Eric.
Eric. And Eric, what are you going to do here today?
I'm going to show cattle.
Have you done that before?
Yes.
And how did you find it?
Nice.
And what cattle are you showing here today?
Real improver.
Very good. Is he a big calf?
Yes.
And how are you going to manage holding him around the ring?
Probably good.
Yeah. So, you've done this before, have you?
Yes.
And when did you do it before?
2018.
Very good. And how did you get on?
Good. I came third with no practice.
Do you enjoy showing the calves?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Thanks very much, Eric.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're here at the beef section of Clonakilty Agriculture Show 2019, and I'm joined by John Appleby. Now, John, what time were you up this morning?
We had a start at 6 o'clock this morning, and there was a late finish last night at about 11 o'clock before we got all the things ready last night. So early start and late finishes.
So there's fierce preparation. What's involved in the preparation of your animals that you bring to the show here?
Well, it started a couple of months ago when we'd been training the calves, and they'd have been put aside and hauled or trained and walked. And the last week they'd have been washed and clipped a few times, and we'd have taken them for trips in the cow box as well, just to get used to the being shown. And this year we brought Eric, our young son, out to show, so he'd have an extra work walking his calf. And and yesterday then would have been preparing our show gear and give him a final wash.
And what classes are you entering here today? And what cattle do you have here today?
Today we've Hereford bull in the September class, and we've a September heifer calf as well. The heifer is by a bull that we showed here a few years ago as champion here, and on to win in Tullamore afterwards, Lawman. Then our Angus calves are in the September calf class, which is also an Aldi final qualifier, which has held an Ivork show later in the year, which is the biggest prize fund in Europe. So Clonakilty show one of the big qualifiers for Ivork. And then we have another Aldi qualifier in the November class, and a young calf, a March calf then for the youngest Aldi qualifier. And Eric, my young son, was in the children's class there just now.
Very good altogether. What's the importance of shows and the importance of Clonakilty show?
It's when the country comes to town. It gives a great opportunity for people to see their stock amongst other people's stock, and to see what's required going forward. And people get an opportunity to see how good their cattle are, or maybe need to improve them more. And it gives a great show market for people to sell cattle. There'll be people here today that'll be looking at bulls to buy, and hopefully we'll sell some cattle out of it. So that's good.
Best of luck, John, and thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much.
We're here at Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019. We're here at the dairy section, and we're joined by a former Chief Executive of the IHFI, Kevin Dillon. Okay, Kevin, you've been involved in the show here. Tell us a little bit about your involvement in the show over the years.
Well, I've been involved in the Holstein Friesian section, and my wife was secretary many years ago. I won the championship here in 1984, I think, and which was a huge achievement because John O'Sullivan came from Listoff, and he had won the championship in Dublin and Cork, and he was coming for the treble. And I think George Kingston from Novel, the Creighton Hill herd, was very prominent at the time, and Davy Heenan from Northern Ireland was the judge, and I had the fortune to win the championship that day. And I dispersed the herd a few weeks later, or a few months later, and she made a record price of 5,100 guineas, which in relative terms, that would have bought a Mercedes car at the time. So that was what valuable show cows were worth at that time. And I think that it's important to retain that because this is a tremendous area for Holstein Friesians, pedigree Holstein Friesians. Clonakilty would be recognised as one of the major shows, and particularly for Holstein Friesians, because it is an area where the most prominent Holstein Friesian breeders come from. And the All-Ireland Heifer Milk Championship in Clonakilty is one of the most prestigious events in the show circuit. And Clonakilty would be rated very highly in the show calendar. The quality will be still as good as ever, but I would like to see more numbers out, but people just haven't time. Around here they're mostly one-man shows and only one-man operations, and just to get around to preparing a show cow and doing her. It's not like long ago you just put a halter on her and didn't milk her that morning. Now it's a little bit more professional than that. So it takes a bit of an effort to bring out a show cow now.
It's a great credit to those people who actually put the work in to bring them out, because they're the backbone of shows in many ways.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a great credit, and without them the shows wouldn't go on.
My job is hospitality, that's what it is. So I think talking to all the people that have come here and looking after them when they come here in the morning, they usually come up here to the tea room and we have the tea and we all help each other here, and we have a great quadrille with everyone around. That's what we have, and everyone is very helpful to each other. It's a great day out for everyone.
I suppose everyone needs to be fed, all the judges, all the people involved. It's very important.
Absolutely. And when the judges come, they come early in the morning here. So they all come up here to the tea room and they all have their cup of tea in the morning and their chat, and then we go on to their sections in what they're supposed to do. That'll be the cattle, the ponies, the horses, the poultry, and they all look after each other then. So that's their job for the day. They're gone then until evening again, until we meet them back here again in the evening.
We might tell us who's helping you here today.
Well, today we have all the ladies committee, and they're all local ladies and come in here voluntary. That's what they do. And we're a group of about, there's a big group of us here, but we all have our own sections. That's what we have. But like here now, we have our lady president, Eileen, and we have Mary Finn in the kitchen, and Greta Cook, and all the other ladies as well.
Okay, we're here at Clonakilty Agriculture Show 2019, and we're here with two ladies. Can you tell us your names?
Philly Beechiner and Maura Cal McCarthy.
And what's your involvement here today at the show?
Stewarding the best dressed lady.
And what's involved in that?
We just walk around and pick out the best dressed lady, the best dressed for the day. And there mightn't be many here today best dressed because the weather isn't so good, but hopefully it will improve.
And you'll both be very impartial judges.
Oh no, we will have a judge with us. We'll have a judge with us at 2 o'clock. Later, yeah.
What will you be looking out for in the best dressed lady competition?
Well, good style and coordination. Yeah.
And what else?
Colour.
Is less more or is more less?
More.
Yeah.
And we'll be looking for elegance, actually, from head to toe. The shoes, matching, the bags, hat, everything. We want to see it all today, hopefully.
Well, listen, thanks a million for talking to us. We appreciate it. And best of luck with your judging.
Thank you very much.
And we hope you'll have a very nice day and a fine day.
Judge of the Poultry, and this is his first time in Clonakilty show. And what is the standard like?
I thought it was very, very good today, and the worthy winners, it was hard to decide what to actually put up because some numbers turned out very, very well. And I have to say it was a big surprise for me that it was both the champion and reserve champion were by two young brothers who owned the same birds, which is very rarely ever happens.
And have you travelled the country judging poultry?
Oh, I have. I've travelled all over UK and Ireland. Yes, I enjoy it very much.
And what are you kind of looking for in a bird?
Well, you have to look for the feather condition. You have an outline for their type, and then feather condition comes in, the condition and the body condition of the bird and how fit they are as well, you know.
We're here at the poultry section at a show, and Dara and Evan O'Driscoll here have cleaned up, champion and reserve champion. So what preparation has gone to exhibiting your birds here today?
Well, we had to keep the birds separate in their own pens and wash them and dry them and feed them the right stuff to get them fit for the show.
And what is the type of bird that was champion?
Black Orpington cockerel.
Will you tell us about the breeding of the birds?
You just keep the pens in together and then take the eggs out and put them into an incubator. And then when you hatch them, you just kind of keep the best of them.
And how long have you been exhibiting birds here?
Last year was our first year showing.
And had you birds your whole life at home?
The last couple of years we've kind of gotten into them.
Will you go to more shows now during the year?
Yeah, we'll probably end up going to most of the local agricultural shows and probably some of the nationals if we can.
I have Matilda here with Christina. So Matilda, will you tell me about Christina?
Well, she won in 2 other shows, and I got her 2 weeks ago. In next to Dublin, close to Dublin.
And do you have any other birds?
No, my brother has 3.
Wow, and is he here today as well?
Yeah.
And did you bring the birds as well?
Yeah, he brought 2.
Oh, wow. And how did you get on here today?
Good. I didn't win anything today.
Oh. You're like a professional handler. No.
I think she wants to go back into it.
I think so. She's so gorgeous. What kind of food does she like?
She likes kind of nuts.
And how do you look after her?
Every morning, my brother and me go up to her house and we go handling them and we give them food and water.
Oh, wow. He's chairman of the National Ploughing Association. So then, what is the importance of shows and shows like Clonakilty?
Well, I suppose they're becoming more important. I'm coming to Clonakilty show with years, and I think that is more important now that we get to meet each other. We're doing everything so fast and so everywhere. And I've been around here and I've met more people now than I've, like the one said, since last year's All Ireland Ploughing. I wouldn't have met as many as they're here. And that's the first thing that I see with the shows. They're keeping communities together, they're keeping it going. You do the Ring of Westcott now, Skibbereen, Dunmanway, Barrow, here and whatever it is. And it's like a close-knit family, the people who are exhibiting here and that kind of thing. But for all the rest of us, it's a fantastic day out. I've been in Bandon this year before I came to Clonakilty, and I hope to make 1 or 2 of the others as well. These things are still voluntary, and that's the good thing about them. Like, I mean, the same as yourselves putting this together now, you're here as volunteers and everything, and we know how hard it is to get people to do jobs and everything today. But you know, when the Mahel comes together all the time, these shows happen, and thanks be to God that the weather is good today and fine, and you know, and that they're having a good day for the job.
I have Ona O'Brien here from Bishopstown with her little Shetland Peanut. So Ona, tell me, what have you won today?
She won the miniature horse class, which is open to miniature ponies and Shetlands. So she's obviously Shetland. So she won that today.
What's Peanut's background?
Peanut is actually a rescue. I rescued her in February 2018. One of my horses died, so I needed something to keep my other horse company. So we got her from Cove Rescue Horses, which are a great organisation down in Cove. So I rang Cove and I asked them to give me anything to rehome even their hardest. So they said they had her, that I could try taking her, but I would more than likely bring her back to them. So I took her, and the kind of background was she had been taken out in foster looking to adopt, but people were sending her back because she was quite hard. She was feral, she used to attack people. They told me a story one day where it took 10 of them to get a rug on her. So for the fact that she's standing there now letting you rub her, and you're a stranger, she's come so far, and we're just absolutely delighted with her, and the fact that she's doing well in the show ring is a huge bonus, and she really enjoys it, and she's a right little diva, so she loves going out.
She definitely is a diva. She's gorgeous. She loves the limelight.
Oh, she loves it. She'll stay there all day now, wouldn't you?
You are so gorgeous.
She's actually a little ambassador for rescue ponies because she is featured in articles worldwide. She's been featured as far as Australia. She's in the UK, and she's sponsored by Sabo Headwear, which is a faux fur hat company in the UK, and also by Pack Horse Ireland for all her grooming products. So she's bringing awareness of rescues and the great ponies that they can make.
Okay, we're here at the horse section of Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019, and we have a winner here. You might tell us your name.
My name is Freddie Scannell.
And where you're from?
From Ballyforney in County Cork.
Very good. And what did you win here today?
I won the 3-year-old filly class. She's a mare we bred ourselves, 3-year-old filly off of a Castana mare and Kappa Casanova as the sire. We've been coming here to Clonakilty a lot. Some years we have good ones like this. More years we'd be disappointed going home. But this is one of the better ones. Clonakilty be one of the better big local shows, and we're grateful to have it. Irish shows are very important. They're a big part of the local communities everywhere.
We have cooking demonstrations here at the show today, and it's sponsored by Clonakilty Black Pudding. And we have Joe Shannon here from Ireland AM, and he's just going to tell us about what he is cooking.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic, and delighted to be here at the Clonakilty show. Yes, I'm involved with Clonakilty. I work with them at the Ploughing Championships. I work with them at the Taste of Dublin. So it's fantastic to come down to Clonakilty and be involved. And what we're cooking on here today is we're taking all the best of Cork, all your wonderful produce that you have down here in Cork. That'll be the Clonakilty pudding. We're using the Clonakilty natural yogurt. It's absolutely brilliant. Super Value have sponsored all the ingredients that we're using, and it's just been fantastic. We've had 2 or 3 demonstrations so far that have been packed, and we're building up now to start another demonstration. So it's wonderful.
That's great. And the theme is summer barbecue, is it?
Yeah, so it's summer barbecue. So summer barbecues isn't just about the burger, is it? So our next sort of demonstration is bringing in the duck breast, where we're doing a lovely summer berry sauce with it. Later on, we're having a summer chicken, and this is where we're sort of making, how you can have that beautiful chicken kebab done simply. Fantastic for the barbecue. You can prepare in advance, some great little tips. And the burger, of course, is fantastic, and the sausages are all fantastic. There's so much more you can do with it. We just literally had a fillet de place earlier, which is brilliant.
Oh great, you're making me hungry.
Well, that's the idea.
Exactly.
No, so it's fantastic. This show, a credit to all the organisers, a credit to all of you all here in Clonakilty. What a fantastic show. There's literally thousands and thousands of people coming through the gates. It's unbelievable. And what is it down here in Cork that you get the weather like this? In Sligo, where I'm from, we don't get the weather. It's brilliant.
I think we're lucky. I think it's sunny here and raining everywhere. But
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And fantastic facilities. There's so much to see for the family. Really, really great show.
That's great. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
I have Bobby St. Ledger here, and he's taking part in the Strongman competition, so tell us about it.
Well, sure, it's 5 horrible events to break your body, all designed to break your body. Heavy weights, everything I lifting today is heavier than me, so I'm the lightest person out there. We started off walking, we had to do 30 metres with 100 kilos in each hand, fastest time wins. Then we went into lifting a car for as many times as you can. And then we made an attempt at putting a 105 kilo log to lift it overhead. Didn't go well for a lot of people today. Then the event behind us then is the loading medley, which is horrible in itself. Cardio that us lads don't like doing. And the last one then we're going to be doing a big round stone, trying to get up onto her shoulder and probably kill half of us, but we battle on.
And you have Ireland's strongest woman here as well today, do you?
Ireland's strongest woman down in the tent down there. She's Cyrus, and yeah, strong woman is Aisha.
Are there any kind of competitions around the country for a strongman?
Yeah, you have your qualifyings throughout the year. We normally have Republic of Ireland's and then the Northern Ireland's, and they all go together then, and we have the All Ireland's. In each weight category we'll have 80s, 90s, 105s, and the open weights then will be all the big heavy lads that don't like getting on the weighing scales. Last year I done Ireland's 80s, came second, which gave me Ireland's strongest man, and missed the All Ireland's, come second in that. But I went to the world's strongest man for natural and come second in that.
Okay, we're here at the Máchar na Forma Tractor Tasks at Clonakilty Agricultural Show 2019, and I'm joined by Judge John O'Brien. Now John, tell us a little bit about what is required here in the Máchar competitions.
So the teams are required to do some tractor skills, lifting barrels, put them in trailers and driving through the course here, and within a certain time, and they're to do it as safely as possible, okay? And it shows their driving skills and their spatial awareness and their skills with the loader. Safety, of course, is of paramount importance, so that's what we're watching for. And then in the minute, they'll have a fencing task to do later on in the day, and they've answered some questions as well. So it's a general farm skills competition for Clonakilty Show, something we'd have done 30 or 40 years ago. So it brings back a lot of memories.
And the importance of Clonakilty Show as a show is very important for things like this?
Like all shows, it's vitally important because it creates an awareness of the rural economy and rural Ireland. And as you can see by today's crowd, there's a fantastic crowd here today. People are out enjoying the sunshine and enjoying themselves. And you know, it's great for the town and it's great for the countryside. So long may it continue.
And the weather came good today as well.
Thanks be to God, I think there's rain all around us. As you can see, black clouds all around us. So the wind is keeping it north of us. So thanks be to God, it's a lovely day. It's a lovely day. Yeah.
John, thanks a minute for that.
Okay, John, thank you.
Okay, you join us here at the overall short-turn dairy champion, and joining me here is the owner. It's JJ Barrett. Now JJ, could you tell us a little bit about this cow?
Well, this cow is her breed is one of the oldest breeds in the country, one of the first breeds that came into the country actually, which I am proud to own today. She has been a short champion here today, has been a champion at all shows, all agricultural shows in the south of Ireland last year. And I'm proud to own her, and I'm proud to think of them in that bred her ancestors as well. Our Donovan family in Whitecastle. We think of them especially today, they're not with us anymore, but we think of them, they were the backbone of the Shorthorns in West Cork.
And she has other success in the past as well?
She has quite a lot of success. She had success this year already in Bandon Show. And we hope for the rest of the year to go somewhere to our liking anyway in the West Cork. Clonakilty Show is quite important to us over the years. We actually participated in the 100th anniversary a number of years ago, walking through streets and things which maybe didn't add up to health and safety, but anyway we got there. Yeah. And we congratulate Clonakilty Show Society for putting up a fine show, both in prize money, stewarding, health and safety, and everything in the field that contributes to everybody enjoying themselves.
And the sun shone today as well?
Very lucky. We're only miles away from rain actually, but we escaped and will escape by looking now this evening.
Thanks a million, JJ.
Not at all, you're welcome. Thank you too.
I'm here with Paul Kelly and Christopher King, and they're both performing here at Clonakilty Agricultural Show. So what have you in store today?
Great lineup of music, and already the dancing has started. So in about 10 minutes we're going to be on the stage. We're kicking off ourselves, and my good friend Christopher King here is going to be joining us about halfway through.
Brilliant. And you were a finalist, is it in All Ireland or in the
Ireland's Got
Ireland's Got Talent?
Yeah, I got a golden buzzer on Ireland's Got Talent there 2 years ago, and ever since I've been up and down the country singing as much as I can, and Paul Kelly here has been helping me out, and yeah, so it's good to be here.
Oh, brilliant. And you'll have the jiving competition as well later on.
Javing competition, it's ongoing at the moment, and then the final is going to be picked about halfway through the show. So looking forward to that, and there's a lot of younger jivers on the scene this year, which is great, you know, so it's good to see all the younger folk getting so involved with the jiving and all that, and we're really looking forward to it.
We're here at the domestic section of Clonakilty Agricultural Show, and we're going to talk to a few people in charge here. So, will give us your names here?
Mary Mullins.
Doris Kingston.
And there's a great turnout of entries here, isn't there?
There's a fabulous turnout. It's great to see.
And an awful lot of work went into this, there's no doubt, isn't it?
Oh yes, we've been in every night during the week preparing and for the show.
And judging, of course, takes place the previous day, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And there's a lot of judging, an awful lot to judge here, of course, isn't there?
There is, yes. There's.
And it takes experts. It takes experts in all the different fields to do the judging. Absolutely. And quite a bit of tasting of cakes.
Oh. And the show turned out very well today. The weather is lovely.
It's great. The sun makes it fabulous, and there's a great crowd out there.
I have John Ryan here. He's exhibiting sheep. So, John, tell us what kind of breed sheep are.
Texel, yeah, not pedigree, but commercial. They're, I suppose, probably 3/4 Texel.
And how are you doing in the show so far?
I suppose very good. We're in one class so far, and I've first and third.
Oh, brilliant,
and
brilliant.
The sheep belong to my grandchildren.
Oh, these
here.
gang, is it? And have you
family.
names for the sheep?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Margaret.
Yeah.
Kathleen. I don't know too much.
And which one is your one?
The one with the green dot.
Ah. And do you have one as well? And which one is your one?
They're not here.
They're not here. Oh, they're at home.
About the next day, maybe.
And is this your first time in Clan Show with your sheep?
Yeah, first year. Dara had to get one for his birthday last year. His brother, Dara, down here.
Oh, right.
So next, there's four in the family, so the four had to get sheep, then one sheep each. So that's how the
They
4
grew.
ewes, and yeah, the lambs were born in February.
Yeah, the beautiful wool actually.
Yeah. And they are for, you'd see pedigrees now wouldn't be anything better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it only Texel sheep you have, or?
Yes, well,
You do any stock or anything?
no, I buy just some commercial sheep usually to fatten
Yeah.
in the end of the year, but no, my brother actually is big into the Texels up the country in Kildare. Two brothers
Yeah.
actually, yeah. So
Because Texel wouldn't be very big.
not in West Cork,
let's
no,
say,
no,
yeah,
no. The
yeah.
Suffolk would be the big,
Suffolk,
you
yeah.
know. And well, Charlotte is, pretty plentiful here now as well. But I don't know. It's a slow process to convert people onto the Texels for some reason.
It's just a
But,
fear of the unknown, I say.
Yeah, they're a lovely quality sheep in Paris. They cross very well with the Suffolk and even the Scotch sheep. They're a good cross,
That's perfect. That's great. Thank you so much.
We're here with Clonakilty Agricultural Show Secretary, Donal McCarthy. So Donal, we're coming to the end of the day. What do you make of the day overall?
We're glad that everyone went home safely, I suppose, number one, and they all had a good day, enjoyable day, and what we put on, the people enjoyed. That's the most important part, to have a good day, fine day. And we're very fortunate with the weather. It was dry here. I think it was raining all around us. So.
And the weather came good?
It came good for us, actually, because up at home, out 10 miles out the road, it's raining all around us. So we're glad everything went well.
And of course, Donal, there'll be plans for next year. Of course, they kick off straight away, I suppose.
Yeah, our date for next year is the 8th of June 2020. So some things have to be booked every 2 years in advance. So there are things put down on paper already for next year,
So there's a lot of work involved, and that will be done too.
That'll be due. We'll be thinking again in a month's time, and we'll be back to it again for another 12 months.
Donal, thanks a million for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
all many jockeys. We don't have any false starts, and there will be stewards' inquiries if it's not working out. So I'll return and it's number 1 now, number 3, and it's number 1 is taking it outside. Second, number 10. We'll come down to that. We will lose heart. We're waiting for our sister. There's none seat. But way out in front. It's Anna O'Neill. From Only Clonakilty. They're having a duel. It's a big duel. They're first past halfway. And they're heading out now. The two kids at Neil Wilson. Getting a win from that. That's one number 10 there. But they'll take over. There's a bit of squeezing there in the corner. And O'Neill, who gets a real goal out of Benny Hill. Amy Cullen is up the inside. As they're heading down now, there's only about 2 furlongs just to go. But as they're going out of Amy Cullen is taking it up. And she's heading towards the line. And O'Neill is going to get up the inside once more. On the ball. Oh, just first off. The Billy Hill is coming late on the inside. And Clear Weston is up in 3rd place. Well, an exciting race. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. And just get going. Every jockey has to complete the course. There's a couple of followers on the way, but there's a couple still very enthusiastic jockeys are not giving in.
Today was just a day when all the numbers changed. Clocks ticked off the walls, everyone went home again. Seemed tomorrow will be different. The sequences we try, unbroken, untied, taken like the child that you are home again. Tomorrow will be different. Oh, home again. Tomorrow will be different. Let's forget the walls and live out in the cold. Try and make something happen that changes And just for 1 second, the light caught in your eye, and it felt like heaven. Today was just a day when all the colors fade. The light became the night, just like every other day. But tomorrow will be different. And all the little lies scattered through our lives suddenly seemed like nothing after tonight. But tomorrow will be different. Second, the light caught in your eye, and it felt like heaven. And just for 1 second, a new life for you and I, and it felt like heaven.